And now for next presentation, I invite Mr. Phillip Samuel, uh, Higher Education Skilling India and Subcontinent, SAP India. He will discuss about digital transformation in higher education.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm from SAP. I don't know how many of you sitting here from education, fraternity, and higher education heard about us. Of course, we have some of our customers in this room who are used SAP to train your students and get the career out of them. Basically, this is the initiative is from SAP as a company, which I'll give you a brief. The whole idea of this presentation is that how do we create, enhance your students from engineering background, commerce background, and from science background to get a better job in an industry, right? And what kind of programs do we offer and how it has enhanced the placement and the CTCs of the company where we run in the past. So just to take you across some of the slides. Okay, so this particular slide will talk about the challenges which are there from the industry perspective, student perspective, and academic perspective. The first comes the industry is constantly looking for people to be recruited from college with time to competency, zero cost to competency. What do you mean by that is basically they look at people that whatever is the industry's latest technologies, latest, the methodology which is there, they would want the student to be trained and be ready to be deployable, right? Because today the problem of plenty is there. We have enough engineers coming out. We have enough graduates coming out. So their companies do not have that kind of huge fancy budget which used to be there in the past to train people and then put them to be productive. Companies always, it's a shareholder company, and everywhere the constant drive is to see that if they can get people who are trained and who are industry ready so that quickly they can onboard them and recruit them. This is the industry's requirement, industry's ask. The next one is the student perspective, which we all know, right? A student comes to any of your university, any college, he is to get a best of the job, though there are millions of people who are doing this education across the country. He is putting his time and money basically to get a good job, a good career, and a good break. That's a simple ask which any student and a parent asks for. Right, that the post, the course, whatever they do, they should land up in having a good job. If not, it almost becomes irrelevant for them. Education becomes not effective, and then they end up doing again skilling and again getting into a job. It's a very difficult and it's a very pain which a student has to go through it. So the ask is very simple. If the industry is looking at something, please train me from day one so that I don't get an answer end of the 4th year saying that you're not employable, because I gave my complete 4 years and 3 years with you, assuming that whatever I'm going to learn is going to be implemented. And the single point agenda for the student is getting them a job. Academician, as you are there, is that, I know as an academician, you always, the simple fact being that you're coming here is that you want to learn the best practices of different top universities, colleges, schools. What are they doing something different so that we also can implement and make it employable? That is what the whole thing is. And the lifeline of any institution is determined over a period of time towards the kind of jobs which they produce, right? The alumni which becomes stronger. So this is the kind of 3 stakeholders requirement and the need which is there, right? Not forgetting that a student is the ultimate stakeholder in this entire higher education space. And for a student, it is very simple that whatever he learns should be put into practice and get a good career and change his social economic status. This is how the entire things are even, and we spoke about the industry expectation. What are the solutions we are talking about? Just to give you a background. So as a company, we also have certain courses. We talk about SAP in the next few slides. The program what we are offering, we are going to offer in the industry, in the university space, be it an engineering student, be it a commerce student, be it MBA graduates, right? It is completely which is aligned to enterprise space where a lot of we are addressing the maximum enterprises in the country, and this curriculum will be very much industry relevant. And of course, apart from that, the most important thing is having a certification end of the course, right? There are a lot of courses and knowledge things which comes up, but does not end up in getting somebody recognizing that. For example, if you are a university, you get a degree, the student gets a degree awarded, and that's recognized globally or has its own standard, NRFA ranking, so A++, NAC, and so based on that, industry comes to recruit. So that's the same thing which we are talking about. Our program, whatever we are talking about, will result in a certification which is globally recognized, and we call them as SAP Global Certified Resources. We'll look into it how and what it is coming up. Now, this is something I will quickly cover for you to understand what SAP is all about. If you look at SAP as a company, okay, started in Germany in 1972 and headquartered in Germany. We have a 51-year history of having one single product. Okay, and these products use SAP to run their factories, companies, and business. And that's the digitization we are talking about. Digitization, automation happened some few years before in Germany and Japan, but today eventually all countries have been adopted. But the impact of the automation is something which we are talking about. If you talk about the market leadership, some of the points mentioned over here, we are the world largest. One of the second point, which is a very key important thing, is SAP has got, in the enterprise thing, 65% market share. If there is 100 companies which are using enterprise software to automate their business, 65% of them end up using SAP. Okay, we are the market leaders in supply chain management, procurement, and travel and express management. Okay, so every company today, every conferences today is about digitization. Is what happens in the advantage of digitization is cost reduction, visibility of the cost, having various dashboards and analytics about the business and everything. So that's the need. When you are 20 people, when you have 200 people, when you have 2,000 people, and you have 2 lakh people, the amount of data-based decision which has to be made is not easy, right? You have a 2 lakh employee or a 50,000 student university in a campus. How do you make decision that every student, every customer of you has a requirement and it has to be met and things? So this kind of volume of data which can be processed is through digitization and from the softwares which are coming in. In that, SAP leads into a very big thing. And the trust and the customer fact. Right, we have closing to almost 5 lakh customers I'll show you in the next few slides about India. Some of the topmost, companies which we dreamt about or we want those students to work are using SAP there. We are talking about presence in 180 countries. That's what I said, global certification. When SAP gets certified, your student has an access and a passport to job for across 180 countries. It's not one India we are talking about. Of course, we all know Gujarat and, as a market, your students have a tendency to look at global career, going abroad studies, and there's a huge amount of, students from here who go out for various careers in the overseas, which will help them, right? And if you look at the ecosystem, we have 25,000 partners who are using SAP and implementing SAP and experiencing this. Innovation point of view. Very important part, we have about 100 development location center and globally for number one, enterprise and business AI company. Now, if there is innovation stops in any of the institution or any of the business or any of the thing, the growth also stops, right? Constantly market is changing, the demand is changing. You cannot imagine even in a higher education that there is no requirement for innovation. It is, if somebody is feeling that, it is going to hit a dead end because every day the student expectation, the stakeholder, the industry's expectation is changing. Unless and until those kind of alignment happens and innovation happens, it really becomes a company. The right side you can see SAP India. In India, we started in 1996, which is 26 plus years old. We as an organization have 13,000 employees who are working and we have a product which is there with a market share in India with 60%. And, and here the more important thing, 10 out of 10 marathons. You know what is the marathon companies, right? It's India run companies, which is most of we call as Maharatna, right? Which employs lakhs of people and their entire business, people management runs on our software. 8 out of 10 cars in India, you talk about any cars, 8 out of 10 cars uses this one. And then second largest research. This is just an organization about SAP, because a lot of people don't know about our organization. Just giving you what is the relevance for you, for your students in employability, we'll see in the next few slides. This is what I was talking about. Just see the logos, these logos need not be introduced. Okay, Nestle being a $108 billion company, be it Indian Oil with this $112 billion. Look at the kind of turnover, be it Indian companies or global companies, the kind of amount of turnover and amount of Reliance Industry, the pride of Gujarat and India, $106 billion company. Entire organization uses SAP as a software to run their business, to run their people management and things. That's the software which we are talking about training your student. Okay, and Amul India, of course, 7.2 billion, which is born in Gujarat and spread across, be it Britannia, India's Bajaj and things like that. All these companies use SAP extensively in their business, and they are in lookout for people who are wanting SAP knowledge in the college from engineering, commerce, and MBA background. And this is how the entire industry runs. This is the value add which is most important for any program which we train as SAP as a OEM. When you say OEM, we are the product manufacturer. This is our consulting partners, implementation partners, where they are in constant lookout for students who have the SAP certification in your campus. Now, some of these logos would have been coming to your campus to recruit freshers, right? And they might not look at them having anything. They will take them and then take them to the company and train them on various technology, make them industry ready and technology ready, and then put them into job. Now, what we are talking about, these are our global SI partners, where we are talking about training the people in your campus on SAP courses according to the domain of engineering or commerce or management. And once they are SAP ready, which is zero cost to competency, these companies will get the candidate before final year absolutely free of cost for them. So that's the value add. And if you look at TCS as a company, about 10,000 plus people work on SAP practice. ENY, everything runs in 4-digit. There is an almost, I would say, most of the logos which is present here, 30% of their turnover is on SAP, right? And that's the number of volume of people which they keep recruiting. And today they don't have any problem if you have college freshers from your campus who are trained on SAP on an enterprise course according to the technical stuff which we will discuss about to recruit. So this is the actual value chain which we are talking about, training your students on SAP, making them SAP technology ready along with their graduation, and place your students in this kind of top companies actually we're talking about. What is it we offer, right? We have 4 kind of segments which we offer it. First one is engineering for engineering colleges, engineering universities. We have a program, separate program for circuit branch students from computer science, ECE, and whatever you see there. And then we for non-circuit branch students, we have for mechanical students, we have a course on procurement and management which we train. Then comes the management student about MBA and BBM, where we train them on accounting, manufacturing, procurement, and sales. Again, according to the domain, we train them for the management student. For science students, BCA in computer science and things, for them we teach them technical, how to develop product, customize product on SAP and work on. And the last thing, which is the finance part of it, is very important. Today, if you look at any small business or a mid business or a large enterprises, the immediate thing they have all done is automate their finances, right? And finance no more runs on ledger. It could be seeing that, but 70-80% are already been digitized for the compliance, for the transparent business, and for doing business across the country. So finance today cannot be thought without having a proper accounting package, and SAP leads that in that place with this market share which we are talking about. These are some of the programs we run according to the departments, according to the specialization of the department which we are talking about. What is the engagement model? One model we have is, suppose you are an affiliate college. You are not a deemed university or a private university or an autonomous college. You are under some Gujarat board, technical board and things like that. We have a concept called add-on course for pre-final year students and final year students, where we train them on a capsule of a course for 200 hours. And then this will be completely taught by experts coming from SAP and people who are trained on SAP and certified on SAP and industry experts. They'll come and train your students, complete program, and one global level certification and placement. This is one of the options which we have for colleges to run it as an add-on program, for the placement oriented part of it. We have a very interesting tool which we talk about NEP today. We are also aligned from last year. We launched this program which is called SAP Integrated with Curriculum, right? And this is called SAP Graduate with Placement Program, NEP alignment. We are already running in some of the universities. It's pride to tell for us. In Gujarat, we run it with Parul University, where we run BTech in SAP and MBA in SAP. It's been running last year, and this year we're going in multiple fold. And that's one of the closest example I can talk about in Parul University. We have Honorable Vice Chancellor who's sitting here. Maybe when he's coming for a panel discussion, he can share some more thing. So like that, we have multiple universities which are offering, and the best part is that, if you look at the program construct, right, BTech in Cloud ERP we call it as, and 50% of the curriculum of your regular curriculum will be replaced with SAP, and for 3 years we train your students starting from first semester, okay, first, second, third, 3 years they will learn SAP programs. The last year, what actually the NIP is promoting, or a global out of India, be it in Western countries, whatever university we are talking about, a co-op or an internship model, the 4th year will be completely internship for a student, paid internship, where they'll go and start working on the companies which I showed you. Okay? So if you look at today in an engineering construct, final year generally doesn't have much to do. Okay? Then they go and do some project, something which is not very relevant and things like that. So they're learning a lot of technology in the first semester onwards. 50% of the curriculum will be SAP designed, delivered by us only. Not to worry that your faculty has to teach, not at all. This program will be delivered by us. After 3 years, the best part is that all the students will get into internship, start working, they'll get paid some nominal amount for internship, and end of the 4th year, they would have had 2 global level certification, 1 year of internship, some amount of money being recovered for their investment, and 3 years of SAP learning. Just look at the profile. This is exactly what NEP is promoting to be, that it has to be an industry collaborative program, right? And so the student, what he's learning is going to be completely in depth, and that's the most strongest program for us. Of course, for autonomous, private universities and deemed universities, this plays a very important role. If not, we have a program for add-on course. We also have a program for MBA Cloud, functional we call. Functional is various finance and sales and things like that, where we offer this program for 50%, 1 to 3rd semester, 6 months of internship, and 1 global level certification we are talking about. We've also come out, yes sir? Free, you meant to free? Education is not free, sir. Unfortunately, when you train. Sir, today education, as you know, you are the best example today. If you want to give a quality education, it costs infrastructure, quality of PhD lecturers, and delivery. These are things which are put into it. But what I can tell you is all these programs what we run in the campus today is all student-friendly price, and it is completely discounted and suiting for the India market, right? We have programs we teach executives who are working in various factories and industry where they pay 4 times of this cost to learn SAP. But here in the in the higher education space, it is subsidized, highly subsidized.
My suggestion is to, why can't you go for having an association with all public universities which are under the country?
We are having first university in Karnataka we'll have is VTU, Vishweshwaraya Technology University.
I belongs to Karnataka.
Yeah, acha, okay. So AICT is in the final steps of approval, and this will run as a part. So government universities, we are talking to AKTU in UP, where we are running this program as a part of the program. So government universities also will have. Obviously, see, I told you the delivery model. The first thing is that there will be experts coming and training your students for 3 years. And at your curriculum, it could be only 6 or 7 hours in a week, but the expert has to come to city in any of Vadodara, anywhere in place of Gujarat, and he still has to deliver. There is a cost. And there is a global level certification and things like that. There is a live server simulation. A lot of learning from where we started. We have evolved that module and put in. But highly subsidized price, which is affordable, and we work with tier 3 city colleges, tier 2, tier 1 also. So the models fit in on the volume based, and that's how it works, sir, actually.
We run MBA and BVOC courses at our campus.
Fantastic.
So I'm more interested towards offering MBA Cloud Functional ERP.
Yes, sir. We'll take it after the thing. I'll definitely meet you on that.
Yeah, please.
Okay. Thank you so much. The last one is that we have a executive program which is there. I don't know how many of you understand that. Just last 2 slides, I'm finishing. I know, saw the 0 minutes. So this executive program is basically for working professionals. If you look at Upgrade and companies like that, today it has become unicorns. Your infrastructure on a weekend and evenings are just not being utilized. There are enough amount of individuals who would like to take up a program like SAP and do it in the weekends and evenings and get themselves certified on SAP and get into a job. That is for executives. And you need not have be an university status, because for a certificate program or a diploma program, you don't need approvals. But of course, if you are in university, we can plan a PG diploma program and things like that. This is on weekend and thing, mainly for the working executives actually, and it is an additional revenue which can come. That's the last thing which can make revenue for the institution and your alumni, because the individuals coming and doing a short-term course, getting into consulting, they will pull in your students to be there. So these are the 3 kind of engagement models we'll have. We can talk more about it. So one is an add-on course, integrated program, and the executive course we are talking about. The next slide thing is quickly to cover is, one of the important thing is that we realized working with institution in the long before is that unless and until you put a faculty intervention, it is not going to take off, because if you allow the institution to take whatever best technologies, very unlikely that they will be able to adopt, because there is a challenge in delivering it to the student. So our model is we call it as a TCP model. All program, be it add-on, curriculum or an executive program, we'll have experts coming and training in your campus. And we have the live server, case studies and everything. And then the next one is very important, is to get certified from the, the authenticate and OEM who has trained that product. So certification. If this too happens, placement will happen. See, there are a lot of universities and colleges we come across. They want to use some technology, but they don't go to the actual company. They train. End of the day, there is a lot of piece of certificate which the student carries, which does not result in any jobs, right? The student also gets fresh, how much of knowledge should I learn? So always, it's not only SAP, any program you want to run in your campus, take an authentic program which will give the student in-depth curriculum, in-depth knowledge, and in-depth certification. So this is the model we follow: training, certification, and placement. Placement is a very important backbone for us also, because all the companies we showed, the more people we are able to supply in the market space, we will have more the license scaling. So placement is a very important aspect of it. So we follow this TCP model, and this is very much, I'm just rushing, maybe we'll take it offline. And last thing is about the, some of the benefits. We have a direct agreement signed. You can use it for any of your benefits and seminars and things. And delivery partner, we will have a exclusive delivery partner who will deliver the expert training. We will bring the industry forum, to be a part of this thing, which are using SAP. governance will be there, learning assistance will be there, placement. This is all through our learning, which in the past we have created a model which is important to have so that the delivery of the program happens in the right way. These are some of our colleges. Not everything I'll be able to put in. So we put in some of the colleges we run. Like I spoke about Parallel University. We have 200 plus university colleges and large thing which we run. Some of the government skilling bodies also we are in talks with Gujarat Skill Development also. Very soon the sponsorship will also come. So we have a success story. From past 4 years, these programs have been very stable. We can connect you to some of the academicians who are running this now and understand how they run it, part of the curriculum, placements, everything is very much a case study available for you, right? Thank you, and this is what I wanted to talk about. This is about SAP, training your students in industry relevant program in your students, in your campus on add-on or part of the curriculum, or for executive, which is the third thing. Okay, the last thing which I want to do is there's a small video, a success story from a West College, from College of Engineering, Pune, which the college is talking about. Please have this look at the video. I'll meet you all offline. Thank you.
CAP was founded in 1854, one of the premier institutes in the country today, the third oldest in Asia, and today we stand amongst top 15 institutes in the country, competing with IITs and institutes of that standing. CAP as per se wants to position itself globally, and to do that I think we need to give our students variety of options, because they could be majoring in different domains, and ERP is one of them. This was a different experiment which we tried out. We from the Department of Manufacturing were all along talking of concurrent engineering and teaching our students ERP, and we thought this was very, very relevant.
There is a lot of interest in students in these type of programs, because every person wants a good job at the end.
I was searching for a course who can provide me a platform of multimodule learning, and whatever is promised should be delivered.
COEP has started this 1-year full-time course called as PGD ERP in alliance with SAP Education. We train the students in the modules offered by SAP, not only one module but many modules of SAP, all core modules of SAP.
It is integrated with every single module which we have learned with our own modules.
We get a better insight of SAP as a product. We get hands-on experience on all of its modules and its integration with various business processes.
We said, why only limit our students to what we are going to teach them? Why can't we also have experts from the industry coming in and delivering, lectures on these modules? So
the feedback that we get from students is such that they feel SAP is a part of COP. They don't feel that they are two different organizations working separately.
We have been taught by industry experts. We have been taken through ample of business processes. We went through internship. So I feel like when we joined industry, we are productive from day one.
The biggest takeaway is that after doing this course in alliance with SAP, the employability for a student who has just graduated has increased.
there is a need today, as most of the industries are running SAP, and it's a good initiative. It's growing. The industry is recognizing the need, and CAP is known for education, and SAP has its own brand, so it's worked well for the students and the institute.